Check out the facts. It's the Hollywood facts, bro.
So I'm looking at, like, the breweries founded in Alaska by Mary and Jeff Larson. It's available in 19 states. Alaska, chief among them. I don't know. We're not doing facts in this episode.
Okay. We need one fact.
I don't have fact. All right,
That's a fact.
It was founded in 1986. It won some awards, and by sales volume, it's big. Just instead of doing a fact, just play the fucking music. Cheers, buddy!
Cheers, Joe.
Woo!
Hey, did you know this is brewed in Alaska?
Hey, nice. How long did you have that?
Oh, the whole time. I had it the whole time.
Can't believe you sat on that. We're drinking Alaskan Amber today, folks.
You did not react well.
No, that's why. So listeners may have heard like there was a bit of a pause there in my discussion, but I took a sip and like my face almost fell off. That's not good. What the fuck? I like Alaskan Amber.
Did you skunk this beer, Joe?
No, I didn't skunk anything. I bought this from the Union Market right across the street, just moments before I came here.
Now you know we got to check Best Buy.
Yeah.
To 2818, so it's almost bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, beers normally aren't that close to expiration.
To the Best Buy.
Yeah.
So this is close to being expired Alaskan Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, cheers.
Pour some on my laptop again.
So normally I think I'm a fan of Alaskan Amber, and people have seen it. This is the one with the big
fishing,
boat, the fishing vessel on the front, and the Alaskan Brewing Company. I mean, just couldn't have a more boring backstory. It couldn't have a more boring logo. There's just nothing.
I love the names of the founders, Marcy and Jeff Larson.
It's all
that
very
could be
procedural.
anybody.
Yeah. There's no kind of interesting nature to anything that they have. They make pretty good beer.
Oh, they're still in
Everybody's
charge of
seen
the
it.
company, actually. That's kind of cool.
Rosalia was founded in 1986, so it hasn't been that long ago.
But it's older than me, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's older than the world revolving around Nick. And now Nick, listeners should know, is doing a bit where he's missing his face with the beer bottle because he's so shocked that it's older than him.
Just because my mouth is busy being guffawed.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I get it. You're so guffawed that you can't even drink the beer anymore.
Yeah.
And you are spilling it. Folks, let's just know this is a back-to-back episode, and it's going to sound like a back-to-back episode.
It's that back-to-back. The boys are horny. They're drunk. It's a back-to-back. Who knows what you'll get?
Oh, no, it's a back-to-back, and it's a back-to-back episode. It's a back-to-back episode. We're gonna listen in to the boys. They're gonna do their gags and spills. Gonna drink the beer before it expires. On the back-to-back.
Where's that B2B?
My name's Joey Glock, and
No.
I'm here to... Okay, all right, we're done with the rapping. Should we start singing? You think the listeners appreciated the last 30 seconds?
I think they did.
Yeah, cool. How's the beer going down? Do you taste the skunk? You didn't give it... You
I
saw
don't.
me
I didn't
not
mind
like it.
this as quite as much.
Really? So you
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah. I probably didn't first have this, but at one place that I had it was in the Alaska Lounge at LAX.
Okay, for Alaska Airlines.
Alaska Airlines. Have you heard of it?
I have. Is Alaska Airlines your preferred?
No.
Do you accrue miles through Alaska?
No, I do not. Though I am a Big American Airlines boy because they partner with Alaskan.
Okay. You see, Delta used to partner with Alaska. Should we talk airline miles?
Let's
for
talk
instance?
airline miles.
Okay, so you're
How
in
many
the
rewards points you got?
Well,
How many miles? Freaking flyers.
I'm a Delta man, and let's just say I'm gold status.
Oh shit!
Steal
his identity. Those gold miles.
So you're in Alaskan Airlines.
The lounge.
Alaska
The
Lounge.
Alaska Lounge.
Why were you in the Alaska Lounge? What kind of fucking VIP treatment are you going for here?
So these are whatever. You can separate yourself from the main terminal public
Right.
And I was dropping my girlfriend off at the airport because we did a trip to LA together. Neither one of us lives there, so we were leaving on the same day, but my flight was like 7 hours after hers. So I made the decision of whether to go all the way to LAX with her, drop her off, and then try to go back to LA, which is not an easy trip to do, or hang out at the airport and do some work in this gig economy. And we haven't talked about that before.
No, we've already ordered the episodes. That's a callback to last week.
Okay, yeah. And so I decided to do that. And then when I was sitting in there in the main terminal, I was just like, there's so much noise going on and people like bare feet up on the seats and dogs urinating and stuff. So I looked up the lounges. You could go to the Alaska lounge. It's like $55 for a day pass or something like that, which normally wouldn't make sense for people because no one's in an airport
7 hours.
7 hours. And so
a layover. It makes sense for a layover.
Right. And so I was in there. And my flight ended up getting delayed, so I was in there for even longer than before. But you get in there, it's free alcohol, free snacky poos. They had some like soup and cheese and fruit platters, all the coffee a guy could want, and I was buzzing. I'll tell you what. You got to wake up after you drink that beer.
Sure. I was going to say, did you go coffee into drinking an Alaskan Amber?
I started with a beer. Here's what I did. I started with a beer, and then I ate some soup and cheese, and then I got a coffee.
Okay.
And then I had 5 glasses of wine.
Really?
And then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got another beer, I think, before I was gonna leave. Stashed 2 of the chocolate chip cookies in my bag, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, I would guess you're not supposed to leave with it.
Yep.
I would also guess there's probably not a lot of people that have enough miles to go into the Alaska Lounge and that are pocketing cookies.
Right. That's not the same.
They
crowd.
don't need to hang a sign.
That's not the same crowd
to prevent people. And that's where you had Alaskan Amber.
And I had an Alaskan Amber.
Nice.
I think that was the first one that I had. Last one was like a light beer that I did. But yeah, I had an Alaskan Amber, and it was good because you're sitting in there. And normally I think those lounges are a little less crowded than they were that day. For whatever reason, there are a lot of people in there, as evidenced by this older lady coming in and going like, my God, they're just letting anybody in here these days. And I couldn't help but feel responsible for that feeling.
As you slipped another cookie into your
Right.
pocket.
As I elbow her out of the way to get a cookie. But yeah, I had it there, and so I have that good memory of it,
Nice.
Free. No
Hell
tipping allowed. Perhaps best of all, no tipping allowed. There was a sign saying as much.
Oh, yeah, the sign tells people to stop being so generous, not to not steal cookies.
Yes.
That's the type of crowd you're with. Nice. That was the same. I was with you on that LA trip. That would have been the tail end of it. I left before you, and you were gone. Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of no tipping allowed, I recently, this may be a travel episode, because I recently went to Japan with a couple of friends. We went to Tokyo, and we went to a couple other places in Japan. And legitimately, like, one of the best things about Japan is that the service is amazing there, and there's no tipping culture anywhere at all. You don't have to tip whatsoever.
Oh, my.
And most restaurants, like even really good ramen and noodle restaurants and things like that, you walk in and you order from a vending machine. So like there's like either an electronic vending machine or there's like an old ticket system one that they used to have way back in the day. And you look at all the menu, you pick what you want, you put your orders in because you don't have to worry about tips or anything like that. And a couple of tickets spit out, and then somebody's standing there, you give them the tickets, you go find a seat. Eventually they give you your food, you already paid for it, you pay at the vending machine. Whenever you're done eating, you walk out of the place.
Oh.
It's super efficient.
So the vending machine takes your order.
It takes your order and your money.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't disperse the food.
Yeah.
No, it just
vending
gives you
machine,
tickets.
I thought you meant, the ramen's going to squirt out the
no,
bottom
it just gives you tickets.
Gotcha.
You take it in, you leave. It's the most efficient fucking thing. There's no pressure. They come by, they bring you your tea and everything. Most vending machines we were at were all in Japanese. We had no fucking idea what we were getting. Sometimes it's just Japanese characters and not even any pictures. So you're just kind of pushing buttons at that point and hoping whatever comes out is good. Usually top left, that's the first thing you would think. Although Japanese read right to left, so who fucking knows?
My mind's all twisted right now. I might be able to read Japanese.
But one thing about Japanese culture is they are a huge beer culture. They're like big beer drinkers. Yeah. Put that right into the mic, Nick.
It was queued up by beer culture.
Yeah.
Crack. They like to crush beers.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, nice. That's you making it clearly into the garbage. They're drinking beers all the time. Like a common thing to eat is noodles with like a big ass beer and a frosted mug. Everybody gives you a frosted mug with a beer.
Nice.
Or like, eating fried chicken and beer. You get off work, you go pile into one of these Tokyo tiny little bars and you eat good bar food and drank beer, and that's what everybody is doing. People are drinking beer at lunch. People are drinking beer at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I was a big fan.
So when you were in Italy, it was like wine, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah,
and
wine
it's
was
beer in Japan.
Yeah, and it's all day long.
You sure that wasn't just because you're on vacation?
No, it's what I've heard is the
Okay.
actual culture. And a couple of places we went to for lunch, people were just like, basically offering you a beer, and beer's cheap. And goddamn, is it a good culture? And they're all tinies, and they drink beer that much. I don't particularly understand, probably because the food is really good, like high quality ingredients. But so it was, as a beer fan, and we'll get some of these pictures up on Instagram. It was a wonderful selection of beers to go.
You did a few Parable of Terribles there, correct?
We did.
Yes.
We Terribled with a couple of noodle places, and we'll share the results of that. All of it very Parable. And then we actually went to one particular brewery that lined out, like they had like 8 beers that they offered, and they have a tasting menu, and the tasting menu comes with a little piece of food that pairs with that particular beer. So one would be like olives, and one would be a piece of fish and all that kind of stuff. And so you do your beer tasting, you eat your food, and all of it very Parable.
Wow.
The whole point was Parable or Terrible. It was wonderful.
That's awesome.
And they sell these little beers in beer cans everywhere that are like little stubby cans for sodas because of how prevalent beer drinking is. And you can just drink little stubbies of beer, just get a quick half beer in you. Get a little
that
buzz
cigarette
going.
break, you get that
Yes.
a little half beer.
Yeah.
And we can all look like Andre the Giant holding a normal beer can with their own.
It feels fun. So anyway, Japan's a cool place, and people should go if they get a chance sometime. Because it's
This
especially if you
episode
like
is
beer.
sponsored by the Japanese Tourism Board.
Yeah, and you know where it leads? It leads straight back. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
you were saying. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna continue on your Japanese
Yeah,
journey,
sure.
and you did the Mario Kart
We did.
near-death experience of Japan.
Yeah, you could dress as a Mario Kart character, get in a little
What are the
go-kart.
chances those costumes had been washed?
0. They stunk. They're full of grease. You put them right back on the thing when you're done. And you put them right on your head. It all doesn't matter. Anyway, you dress
That's
in
true.
these.
Nothing matters.
You dress in these costumes. You get in a little go-kart, and you literally drive through. It's not like some hokey thing where it's like drive through the streets of Tokyo, but you're really kind of in a controlled environment. You straight up go through the main streets, through the biggest intersections in the middle of Shinjuku and Shibuya, which are the biggest neighborhoods of Tokyo. And there's big buses roaring past me. It was an incredible experience.
How the fuck is that legal?
That's what everybody asks when you're booking it. Everything is like, how is it legal? And everybody kind of just shrugs, and they say, go in, hit the gas pedal here, and they don't speak much English. Well, there's one English-speaking guy. And then basically you put your Mario hat on. It covers your eyes loosely. You can't really see. And they tell you to hit the gas and
protects
fucking
you from
go.
concussions and brain splattering on the ground.
And you're flying. And
Good
our
mama.
buddy Andrew was behind us, and he was kind of swerving around. And I took a corner once, and it was like a fucking movie. I took a corner a little bit slowly. I was in the front. And I looked to my left, and a woman was pushing a stroller with a baby in it, rounding the corner. And I swear to God, I looked behind me as I was flashing around the corner, and I
There's a blue
see
shell
Andrew.
coming at you?
I see Andrew swerving the whole length of the roads because he's gonna have some fun with it, and he's deciding to start to do this as this woman walks around the corner with a stroller. Luckily, he wasn't in the wrong place at the wrong turn.
Oh my goodness.
I would assume it's a matter of time before somebody dies and it's shut down. But right now, it's all the rage, baby. It's fun.
That is cool. It's the Wild West there, but the Wild East.
And they tell
That's
you
how we orient our maps. Thank you.
It's very
Speaking of
true.
Orient.
Well, and how the time zones are set up.
Time's fake.
They're 17 hours ahead. It really makes you think that it is a construct when you actually cross the time barrier going that way. Because they're 17 hours ahead doesn't make any sense. We're flying straight west. Anyway, you were talking recently how you were sick of traveling.
Sick of traveling?
Or sorry, you were sick of staying put and not doing enough traveling.
Well, I told
Where do you
you.
want to go next?
Yeah, I had the realization Google timeline tracks my every move, and I love them for it. Told me that I had once left the city of Seattle in the past month and a half, basically, and that was to go to Bellevue, which is right next door.
Neighborhood next to Seattle.
Yeah. So that was like, oh, that is why I'm so depressed.
Yeah.
I got to move. I got to go. I'm like a shark, man. If I stay still, I die, Joe.
Yeah, I know. And you've been cramped up in a little
So what was the
pen.
question? I've been in a little pen with a hamster.
I know you're going to visit your girlfriend down in Florida. You may be going home, stuff like that. But what's the next like trip you want to go on?
I think a very accessible like foreign trip is Iceland. That's obviously like it's the closest European country to the United States. It's like a what is it, 6 hour, not even 6 hour flight from like New York.
Yeah,
to,
it's cheap
to Iceland. Yeah, and it's a cheap trip.
to Reykjavik.
Yeah. Hey, wreck my Vic.
What now?
Michael Vic.
Okay.
Dogs.
Hey, cheers. Yeah, Reykjavik is a place.
Wreck my Vic. I hardly know my Vic. That's what I was
There
trying
it
to do.
is.
I couldn't.
Good
I
Lord
started
Almighty.
with the joke, and then I couldn't remember like what the whole concept of it was. Wreck my Vic. I hardly know my Vic.
It would have been good. Damn. Hold on. So you're Iceland. You're
I
thinking
don't know.
like
Wrecked him. Darn near killed him. Yeah, that's what it should have been. Wreck my Vic. Reykjavik.
darn
Darn
near
near
killed
killed
my
the
Vic.
Vic.
Killed the Vic.
Killed the Vic.
Okay, here, let's try.
I
it.
still okay.
So yeah, Iceland. You could. Yeah, I think it's cheap if you fly into Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. I damn near killed the Vic.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, Joe. I gotta stop doing these back to backs.
Yeah. So anyway,
It's a
Nick
back.
is dancing,
Two back.
and it's a back
Oh.
to back. It's a back to back.
When you're drinking with your buddies, you don't face them face to face. No, you stand with your back right to that dirty back. We call it.
It's a back to back. All right. Jesus Christ.
These aren't even high ABV beers. Like,
We didn't even talk about the ABV of the last beer we did, but this beer in particular, should we get some details? Can we get on that Beer Advocate? You have
let's
it
get to
rolling?
go to the BA. This is 5.3% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It is available year round. Its style is an alt beer. Old,
Interesting.
German for old.
Yeah, alt style ale. What's the definition of an alt beer? Do you have that up?
On Alaskan's website, it says the name of this beer style comes from the German word alt, meaning old. This refers to the aging that alts undergo since they ferment more slowly and at colder temperatures than most ales. Slow fermentation helps condition the flavors in Alaskan Amber, contributing to its overall balance and smoothness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is typically, when it's not nearly expired, a smooth and easy to drink beer. Nick
I
just
like
dumped
that
more
one.
on
Yeah.
himself. Yeah. It's a smooth and easy to drink beer. So,
Yeah, it is smooth.
yeah, it feels good.
Quite smooth. And the BA scored 3.64 out of 5, which translates to good.
Yeah, it is a good beer, a good prevalent beer. I see it when I go home. Like you said at the top of the show when I was listing all the interesting facts, that it was available in 19 states. So it is available in Wisconsin and Washington, where a lot of our contingent is listening. So you know what I was thinking of doing?
And
for the-
Reykjavik.
Hey, Reykjavik, Dan near. What did you say?
Killed the Vic.
Kildavik. Man, that's bad.
It was worse when I misattributed the joke to, what did I say the first time?
Listeners will know.
Oh, I hardly know a Vic.
yeah,
that's
hardly
still
know
like
of it because
When
that's
you
like
say
a,
like
somethin'er. I
Whistler,
hardly knew
yeah.
her. Whistler, I hardly knew her. Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. So I want to go to the mailbag. We haven't-
Amber, I hardly knew her. Thank you. Alaskan Amber.
Oh, Alaskan Amber.
I hardly
knew.
Alaskan knew her.
All right, let's go to the mailbag.
There's mailbag?
Justin O knows 8 tweets at us at Cold Cans Podcast # Cold Cans Roll Call. He's drinking a good ass beer from Norfolk, Virginia. Have a good ass time. It says on it, and it's a ass, a donkey that appears to be a halo over it. So he's a good ass.
Nice.
And this is good ass beer. Don't know if it's good or not. He didn't say anything. He just said roll call and tweeted at us. So, Justin O, what the fuck, man? Let us know if it's a good ass beer. And
Hey, J.O. knows. He should let us know.
at Jo knows 8. That's it for the mailbag.
I didn't think the mailbag was too populated these days.
Well, it's populated. It's just a lot of stuff we more or less have to skip over.
Oh.
So Alaskan Amber, what are you thinking? Let's get to the rankings.
I do kind of like this beer. It's warm by this point.
Because
it
it's
was
the
still okay.
back. To back. And it's the back. To back.
There's no fridge in this studio, so we drink the beers warm. And
Nah, I don't want to do
Oh, see, this is your version of a rap. You're just hiding how much you like doing these
I do.
raps in these pop songs that we're doing.
Like a Nicki Minaj rap pop hybrid.
Yeah. Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj
Ooh. It's all the Mariah.
collaboration. Yeah. What the fuck are we talking about?
Are we going to rank this thing?
Yeah, let's rank it.
Okay.
Alaskan Amber, because you refuse to let me read the rankings these days, there's been too many of them.
Gone are the days where we'd spend 2 minutes each episode.
Yeah, it'd be closer to 5. I'm going to read the rankings from taint to tip. So we have Sparks, Smirnoff Ice, O'Doul's, Not Your Father's Mountain Ale, Palisades Pineapple, Olympia, Milwaukee's Best Premium, Molson, Schlitz, Budweiser, Miller 64, Michelob Ultra, Miller Lite, Coors Light, Guinness, Chefenhofer, Hefeweizen, Grapefruit Beer, Rolling Rock, PBR, Eyinger Brauweiss, Heineken, Tecate, Grain Belt, Tipsy Toboggan, Sierra Nevada, Torpedo Extra IPA, Blatz, Blue Moon, Hoegaarden, Crikey IPA, Great Lakes Christmas Ale, Samuel Adams, Boston Lager, Liney's O, Rainier,
Lager, I hardly know her.
Session Premium Lager,
Premium Lager, I hardly premium know her.
Fat Tire, Kona Longboard, Old Rasputin, Deschutes Swivelhead Red, Red Hook ESB, Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale, Before the Dawn, Rodenbach Grand Cru, Spotted Cow, Lagunitas Nighttime Ale, and our rating, number 1, Pyramid Snowcap Winter Ale.
Winter Ale, I only knew her ale.
Oh, okay. Let's find out where Alaskan Amber is going to slot. What do you think? So I can come in on high and correct you.
Yeah, yes. Come in on your chariot, your tugboat. Call back to the packaging, folks. You paying attention yet? I don't know. It's below.
It took me a while to get to it, that there's a tugboat indeed on the logo.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a tugboat.
Yeah, it's some kind of boat, fishing vessel. We'll
That's
say.
okay. We'll move past it.
Okay.
You think it's so Grain Belt? We just slotted that in last week. That was kind of middle of the pack, above
Right.
Tecate. It's a better beer than that, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like under Rainier to me, for sure. I
Above
can't put this
Liney's
above
O?
Rainier.
I don't think I can put this above Liney's O.
Okay.
But-
Boston Lager.
It makes sense next to Boston Lager.
Yeah, maybe under Boston Lager between that and Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
I like that.
Though I do love a good Christmas sale, post-Christmas sale.
Well, what do you think? Are you just feeling that it's no longer Christmas, so you're just kind of throwing the Christmas ale to the wayside?
No, that was a decent beer actually. It's better than Crikey though.
You think?
Until Reuben's Brews founders will come on this podcast, yeah, Crikey IPA is gonna die a miserable death down there.
That's sure to.
How many
attract them on.
emails do we have to send?
All right, I'm good with that. So it's below Great Lakes Christmas Ale, which puts it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, the 17th best beer of all time. And that's it, folks. That's the end of our back to back. It's our back to back. Our number 17 beer is settled, and that's the way it's gonna meddle together. It's all one. We are all of the same plane. There is no difference between all of us, except for those in the Alaskan Lounge who steal cookies from the Alaskan Lounge and make them put up a sign. But Nick's going to fade me out, and the last thing I'm going to have to say is that, finally, it's the end of our back-to-back. It's the end of our day.
The Cold Cans podcast is recorded in the Overcast Room at Cloud Studios in Seattle, Washington. Visit cloudstudiosseattle.com